Is your engine running rough, shaking like it wants to jump out of the hood, or maybe feeling completely gutless when you step on the gas? Seeing that check engine light staring back at you is stressful enough, but when you pull the code P0350, it sounds like technical gibberish. Don't panic just yet. This code is essentially your car's way of screaming that the communication line to the spark plugs has been cut. Let's break down exactly what is happening under the hood. In modern cars, we moved away from those old-school distributors to something called coil-over-plug system. Basically, every cylinder has its own personal power plant, the ignition coil, that sits right on top of the spark plug. Your car's computer, the powertrain control module, acts like a conductor in an orchestra. It sends a specific signal to fire these coils at the exact right millisecond. When that P0350 code pops up, the conductor has lost contact with one of the musicians. The computer is trying to send a ground pulse to create that massive voltage spark, but the circuit isn't completing. The result? A cylinder that isn't firing, which we call a misfire. And trust me, you will feel it. Your fuel economy will tank, and the car might even struggle to stay running at a stoplight. Now, before you run out and buy expensive parts, pop the hood and grab a flashlight. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen this caused by something as simple as a loose connector, or, believe it or not, mice chewing through the wiring harness. Those little critters love the heat of an engine bay. Look closely at the wires going to each coil pack. Are they brittle, burned, chewed? If the wiring looks good, you might have a bad coil. A quick trick, if you don't have fancy tools, is to swap the coil from the misfiring cylinder to a good one. If the misfire moves with the coil, you've found your culprit. But be careful, we're talking about thousands of volts here, so don't go grabbing wires while the engine is running unless you know what you are doing. Dealing with ignition issues is critical because raw fuel dumping into your exhaust can ruin your catalytic converter, and that is a much more expensive repair. So grab your multimeter, check those fuses, and let's get that spark back where it belongs.